What's going on, geeks and gamers? It's your observant lineman, Uche Waneri, aka Darth Slayer, aka Uche Wendu. And today we have seen the reemergence of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer with a new design of Sonic that obviously is in response to the backlash that was received after the initial Sonic trailer came out. And as a huge fan of Sonic, as a Sega Genesis warrior back in my childhood days, as a Dreamcast system owner to this very day, with Sonic Adventure 2 there, and with my Dreamcast still here, still in love with it, still remember the good old days. Seeing that first Sonic trailer was somewhat traumatic, let's be honest. It was traumatic. It wasn't a good look. You had a Sonic that looked like some kind of spliced humanoid, gerbil, mutation that just utterly did not work for the movie.
Meow.
Did not work with the fandom of Sonic. And myself, as a fan of Sonic, I found it very, very off the mark. I just couldn't understand for the life of me how you could mess up such a simple design when trying to translate it into a movie setting. Just didn't make any sense. But we did get a new trailer today, and I know a lot of you have probably seen that trailer, so I'm not necessarily going to go over it, not necessarily going to run it, but we will absolutely talk about one of the crucial elements that led to the redesign for Sonic in this article from comicbook.com. Sonic the Hedgehog movie redesign lead comments on Sonic's updated look. And it says here in the article, ever since Paramount released its new trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog, for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, to show what the speedy blue hedgehog's updated design looks like, those who are in favor of this new look have been sending out thanks to anyone they felt had a hand in the update. Sega, Paramount, and even Sony have all shown up in Sonic fans' posts, even though the latter isn't involved with the film anymore. So Sony obviously not involved with the film at the moment, but it goes on to say, but it looks like there's one more person to thank now that the lead of the redesign has been confirmed to be illustrator and animator Tyson Heese. Heese, an artist, writer, and animator who's known for work on Sonic the Hedgehog comics and works in other mediums like Sonic Mania, said on Twitter that he was directly involved with the redesign. He said he was honored to have been brought on to lead the design for Sonic's new look. He's called it a thrill he'd never forget, though he was sure to include the fact that he worked with people in various roles throughout different studios to make the redesign happen. And I think that's that's an important point to make from this lead designer. Yes, he is the lead designer for the redesign, but well, let's not forget about those other people who were part of the development team, part of the rigging team, part of the concept team, the modelers, texture, fur artists, animators in London, LA, and Vancouver. He worked with a plethora of individuals to get this done, and I think that there is so little credit given to people who actually do a lot of the footwork in these movies that have tons of CG, tons of special effects that have to be handled by people who are of elite level talent in their field. And to take up a big order like this with Sonic, after the backlash, after the director of the movie came out and acknowledged that, that was a huge undertaking. They delayed the movie until February 2020, and now we have the first look, the first view at this new Sonic design. And as you can see here, under his tweet, a picture of the new design of Sonic. He says in his tweet, honored to have been brought in to lead the design on the new Sonic movie, working with Jeff and the modelers, riggers, texture, fur artists, and animators in LA, London, and Vancouver was a thrill I'll never forget. Hashtag Sonic movie. Now let's just take a quick look here at some of the responses from the people in Twitter world, because as of right now, he's sitting at 70,000 likes, 17,000 retweets. And, I think this is a wonderful thing to see. I think this is really a wonderful thing to see. This just shows and proves once again that when you are open to the feedback of those who are going to be consuming your product, when you are open to the criticisms, when you're open to the critiques, and you take them with an open heart and don't look at those people and those fans who are giving you that feedback and call them peasants and call them man babies and call them basement dwelling cousin humpers or whatever the hell you want to call it. When you talk down to the fans, when you treat them like crap, you get the same in return. It's reciprocated times 10. When you have a situation here where these guys actually listened to their fandom, listened to the fan base, took in the feedback, internalized that, processed it, and came back with something 100 times better. And as you can see, they have received nothing but positive reinforcement from everyone in the Twitter world. It's trending on the same level as Disney Plus is trending right now. Sonic right now, at the beginning of the day, was actually trending #1 in the United States over Disney Plus, over The Mandalorian. That's the kind of love that they were shown for paying due respect and honoring the source material that the fans love and that the fans asked for. This is the example of how the fandom works for the betterment of the product, for the betterment of the pockets, because surely now Paramount and Sega will see a movie be released in February that will have a lot of people who will go watch it simply because of this redesign, simply because they see the hype that's being built around an element that we're not used to seeing right now in the fandom. And that's the people who are responsible for bringing these movies to market, listening to the feedback and understanding the feedback from their fans. And as you can see here, you're not even seeing GIFs. You're not even seeing GIFs here. You're just seeing people who are saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Congrats, cheers, keep living the dream. You and the crew did an amazing job. God bless you, Tyson. You did a great job. Tyson, you knocked it out of the park, dude. Thank you. And the rest of the team, we really appreciate it. He looks amazing. It's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling to see that when the fan bases, people who are invested in these characters, such as myself, I love Sonic, such as these characters who are from our childhood, to take care with them and to respect them. And even if you make a mistake, once that mistake has been identified, we can correct it and we can move forward, and you'll receive the benefit of a happy fandom, people who will gladly bring their money out to spend on your product. That is the stark contrast between what you see on one side of the fandom and how they're treated. I'm looking at you, Lucasfilm. And one side of the fandom that is treated with respect, treated with dignity, and their feedback, no matter how harsh or no matter how light, is met with open minds, is met with an open heart, if you will. And Sonic is going to benefit hugely from this. I'm telling you right now, I feel like the movie, even though we don't know if it's going to be a great movie, but there will be a surefire boost in its sales simply because of this situation here. And they deserve every ounce of that. They deserve all the praise for that. But, and I hate to say but, there is a small part of me, there is a small cynical part of me that is now wondering, could this have been the plan all along? Could it have been the plan all along? I feel like at the end of the day, when you look at that first trailer with the abomination that was that Sonic, when you look at the trailer, it seems, the trailer is a completely different tone. The trailer is a completely different vibe. They're playing Gangster's Paradise at the beginning. There are so many things that are so utterly the polar opposite of the essence of Sonic the character, that it doesn't make sense in that first trailer that from all the filming they did, from all the CG work that had gone into play, that was the trailer that they gave us. So to see how much of a 180-degree turn they made in regards to the new trailer, and to see the entire vibe and the brightness and the colorfulness and the Sonic theme incorporated into this new trailer, it makes me kind of wonder, did they plan this all along? Because if they did, it worked wonderfully. You put out a concept art Sonic, a concept that maybe was, you know, a 50-50 concept, and you put it out there to see how the audience is going to react, almost as if you're kind of test screening, you know, the character itself in this first trailer. And, you know, I just feel like if you do that and you create the kind of backlash and the kind of outcry that they had, which certainly gave a ton of exposure to the movie, now you have a situation where, you know, what? It was April when that trailer came out. So you're looking between, you know, 6 to 8 months later. And now, 8 months later, 9 months later, now you have a situation where you release a new trailer that is the polar opposite in tone, that is the polar opposite in design, that includes a lot of footage that we haven't seen, that almost provides a completely different narrative as to how Sonic started in his time in our world and how he was transported into our world in the original trailer. These are almost two completely day and night differences. And it makes you kind of wonder, was this kind of their backup plan? Was this kind of let's see how they receive this trailer. Let's see how they receive this design. Maybe the higher ups wanted that humanoid design. And, you know, the argument may have been, you know, this is not Sonic, but because it was what the higher ups wanted, this is something that, you know, they may have put out into the wild to see if people received it well. And once they knew the reception, they knew that they could go ahead and hit the green light on the other designs that they were looking at for Sonic. And now you have, you know, 9 months later, a new trailer that's being hailed by nearly everyone. I don't think I've seen a negative comment about it yet. And now you have propelled yourself up to the highest level of exposure in the social media world. It's going to be in the news headlines. It's going to be on the cable news channels. So if nothing else, and I'm totally speculating, I don't know that they did anything like that. I'm just looking at it from that devil's advocate perspective that it makes sense to do it like that. It would make sense to present it that way. And for the people at Paramount and the people at Sega, absolutely, you know, you have created two firestorms of exposure and media coverage for your character. And now you have set yourself up for a movie that could possibly surprise a lot of people in how it does in the box office. So we'll see how it plays out from here. But obviously, love what's going on with Sonic. I am so happy about it. Like I said, Sonic Adventure 2 right here. You know, I've been in love with Sonic since I was young. Never had a Nintendo, never had a Super Nintendo, had a Sega Genesis, had a Sega 32X, had a Sega Saturn, had a Sega Dreamcast. So I was riding Sega all the way. But I'm really happy to see that they made this change. Once again, you know, the new Sonic design looking really good. Looking like something that we can work with. Lucasfilm, take notes. This is how you treat your fandom. Tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the Observant Lineman Uche Waneri. Subscribe to Geeks and Gamers. I'm Uche Waneri. I appreciate you guys very much for checking out this video. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.